Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. We're going to be going to mission control at the start and seeing what missions we have. We have obviously the mission to orbit Kerbin. That's going to be kind of the main goal for today's episode. But let's see if there's anything else. TD-12 coupler. A TD-12 coupler. Sure, why not? I'll hold a TD-12 coupler. I think our rocket ship honestly comes with those. I believe. We look at coupling. Yeah. So that's just gonna get there by default. All right. Getting it to orbit. Let's go ahead and solve for that by adding a small little engine up here. Just a little Terrier engine. Something tiny like that. Two, boom, boom, boom. No. Man, staging is not quite right lately. That should go together. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So this might be what we needed to get it there, because so the Terrier engine is the engine that we just unlocked, and this thing is kind of really built for being in space. So it's got a ISP of 345 while in space, while the swivel only have a kind of ISP of 320. So it is a little bit more efficient. It does provide less thrust though, but that's fine. And also I want to use a Reliant engine, because the Reliant engine is a little bit better than the swivel engine from a thrust perspective, and also it's a little bit lighter because it doesn't have those gyros involved into it. So technically we will be getting a little bit better performance out of that. Hold on, I need to switch these. There we go. There we go. That looks a little bit more proper. So I'm still going to call this the MK2 shuttle. Nothing to change there. From a weight perspective, we're still kind of within weight. My biggest concern right now is flipping this, or if it will potentially flip over. That is something that can happen. So I'm going to go ahead and attach some fins down here. Oh man, what's the problem now? It's one part too many. It's literally one part too many. Well, tell you what, we already gathered the science, so we can take the thermometers off and these off. We actually don't need them for this mission because we've already gotten science from space around Kerbin. We're just completing this one for the orbit goal, which would be good. So, okay, here we go. Let's take it to the launch pad, see if this new and improved Skippy Shuttle MK2 has what it takes to go up and touch the sky. Boom. No countdowns here. Only rocket takeoffs. The moon is getting ever higher in the sky because each one of these missions is taking less than a day to get through. Which is pretty cool. Alright, I'm just gonna make sure we are pointed the right way a little bit here for when we activate the main engine, which I'm just gonna do half throttle on. initially. Okay, good. We didn't really like tumble this time. So these two fins are at least kind of pointing us or keeping us somewhat aligned. I hope it's the fins doing that. It may not be the fins doing that. All right, we're at 10,000 meters in altitude, so we're gonna keep rolling over. I'm just gonna follow the bottom here of our prograde marker. We're just gonna keep this gentle curve kind of going here. How are we doing on height? Yeah. Might be wasting too much fuel going too high. So I'm gonna bring it down. Not the thrust, but our angle of attack more and more. So to get into orbit, you need to be roughly going about 2,000 meters a second. Is what you'll need to be in orbit. So we rolled over fully. We're gonna throttle all the way back up. Maybe it's not 2,000 meters a second. No, maybe that is not an accurate statement anymore. All right, so we're gonna wait until we are higher up in our orbit so that it can be a little bit more an efficiency getting this thing to circularize. But I just need to get the orbit to happen here. So we've completed the Hall TD12 coupler, so at least we completed the side objective for today. And now, I'm just gonna go half throttle on this little Terrier engine. You can see we're really high. We went about 10,000 meters too high, which is fuel we could have been using to go sideways. But I think, honestly, we might still have enough fuel to get a bit of an orbit here. Just a bit. And I can actually angle down a little bit to kind of force it to come out sooner. We just need an orbit. I think it's almost there. How do I not have an orbit yet? There it goes. Orbit is achieved. Like 61 meters a second to spare. Wow. All right, that was cutting it a little close on my part, but we should have enough still to deorbit, which is good. We'll do a crew report. If nothing else, we'll maybe we'll zip around to the light side of the planet here for our deorbit burn. But I want to get a view from inside the cockpit of what Jebediah is seeing. Look at that. Get the sun. Get the planet there. I don't that's just some pixels. Where's the moon? Is the moon out? I don't think we can see the moon. I don't really see Minmus either. You can usually see Minmus floating out there if it's within view. In fact, I want to see, is any of the moons in view? No, they're all on the other side. Okay, well, nonetheless, we will go ahead and kill this trip. I think that did it. We'll also use our separation as a little bit of a boost too. And we will float around and see if this will dip us down out of orbit a little bit. Yes. Okay, so at the very least, I know we will hit the atmosphere and start slowing down now. There's the moon. There it is. Where's Minmus from here? Minmus is usually the one that's easier to land on. Don't think I'm gonna fly over the Space Center, but we could fly over it. I mean, we have such a shallow kind of descent going on. Now we're not gonna fly over it. I really like it when I'm able to like splash down near the Space Center. I can consider it a very successful mission when that can happen. All right, we're just gonna burn up in the atmosphere here, slow down. We might land on land, to be honest. No, I think we're gonna land in the water. Oh boy, we're cooking. We are a cooking. So we've successfully orbited Kerbin. We've technically achieved a goal quicker this episode than last episode, which is kind of cool to think about, the progress there. But now that we have orbited Kerbin, we're gonna have another new challenge. Okay, looks like we're landing on land. We're gonna have to start going towards the moon, orbiting that and coming back, and then also eventually getting a mission to land on the moon and come back, which is a whole other magnitude. Honestly, going to Minmus might be better, but I want to do progression here in a little bit more of a linear fashion. So going to that moon is going to be probably what we end up doing here soon. It's probably not going to be this episode. There's no way. Like, I can barely get into orbit right now. I might be able to get to the moon, right? Because getting to orbit and then going to the moon from that orbit is more fuel than just going to the moon and back. So, you know, with some minor tweaks, but we might have to do some upgrades to our space center before we do that. Let's EVA. Let's go ahead and put a flag down. Let's do EVA report. And I can't deploy any flags. I guess that's a space center upgrade or something, or astronaut upgrade that I don't have yet. So we'll just go back. So that's kind of a good time for me to introduce to you guys kind of the upgrade system. That's not just the research upgrade for this game. So we have 400,000. Each of these modules, in fact, I'm gonna warp to sunrise. Each of these modules can be upgraded. So the vehicle assembly building for 225, we can get basic action groups available and a larger parts pool. And then we can also upgrade the launch pad for 50,000, which will increase the max vessel weight up to like 140. So it's a much better system to launch from. We can upgrade the mission control, which will upgrade, you know, your max active contracts to 7. We don't need to do that just yet. Astronaut complex, which will increase how many Kerbins we can have hired. They can perform EVAs and place flags in space if you get that. So that's kind of handy. This one, if you upgrade, you can get resource transfer. It's also required for off-world EVA surface samples, which is a kind of a science boost there. Tracking station, this will be nice for knowing apogee and stuff, but honestly, the first two that I always get, vehicle assembly and launch pad. That just gives me so much more leeway. Also, the buildings change, which obviously didn't used to happen, but it's so nice seeing your space facility change, and it changes in game too, like when you're flying around. So it's not a visual thing here; it's just permanently visual. So that's Skippy Shuttle MK2. We need to actually go back over to the research area. We have 65 points to spend. And I'm going to spend it on kind of the basic science module upgrades. I honestly don't think I'm going to be able to land on the moon until fuel systems and maybe some of these propulsion systems and maybe heavy rocketry. I think I need these three to be able to start landing on the moon. Of course, landing gear. So we have some science to do, but we need to pick up some contracts. So explore the moon. Today is your lucky day. Simply head to the moon and pass by it. Easy as pie. No risk at all. I have the squeakiest chair, by the way. Like, if you guys hear this thing, I need to get a new goddamn chair. I'm going to accept this because the advance is pretty nice here on this. Okay, other than that, we have test an LV T45 swivel liquid fuel engine splashdown or Kerbin. We can literally test this by just throwing a rocket into the water and staging. Which if you're low on money, that's what you can do. You can get a nice quick 20 grand out of that. I'm gonna wait for some newer missions. So with 200K, we might be able to get to the moon. So let's think about this a little bit. I'm gonna put the science modules back on here real quick. I don't think I need science storage. I'm not gonna bring a science junior because that just might be a little heavy for us. I will bring these and this sort of stuff. There we go. So we can pop that back on. Command module is basically set, ready to go. Let's talk about fuel that's going to be required to get us to the moon and back. Obviously, need more fuel. And this one's going to be using the Terrier. Just like that. These have different shrouds, by the way, which do look kind of interesting. I like number 2 here, trust mount. I like that one. It's very, very clean, you know, looking. No extra bits and bobs. Okay, coupling. Boom. So this, let's take a look at this Delta V in a vacuum. 2.2K, that's probably fine. So if this can get at least going to the moon, this is gonna get us back from the moon. It just will. All right, so now we need to try and get this mass up, going towards the moon. And we're gonna use a proper launch window. We don't need to know what apogee or anything is. There's a very simple trick to get to the moon. So let's do this and grab an engine. We'll just do a Reliant. All right, get some couplers. Question is, can we use these? I think so. Some aerodynamics on here. Okay. So we have made some obvious upgrades in terms of boosters. We got 3,000 total Delta V. But, you know, as our altitude increases, you can see that starts creeping up there a little bit. I think this is enough to get us thrown. I think this whole lower stage will get us going towards the moon. And if we can get going towards the moon, this will finish taking us to the moon and then potentially deorbiting us from space otherwise. I think that's feasible. Hopefully you guys have already shouted out 5 different solutions that I have not thought of course. I'm gonna bring a battery, 1 battery, just in case, which I'll just hide like that. Okay, there we go. Batteries are a little heavy, so we'll just bring 1 here. All right, I am good to go. This is the Skippy Shuttle MK3 here, and we will save that. Glorious. You can see all of our saved shuttles going back there. Launch. I think Jebediah leveled up, so that means Valentina is going to be the first Kerbal making it near the moon. Jebediah is getting some tests run on him or something, making sure that he's okay. And before they find out that he's okay, they're of course going to send Valentina on a mission because Kerbals. All right, gonna go to the launch pad, and then we will just wait for the window. So the window for moon Kerbin to moon is a 90 degrees kind of thing. So if you spin around and you are 90 degrees to the right on Kerbal compared to the moon, you're kind of set. You're kind of set. So all we have to do is fly up, fly towards the horizon over there, towards, what direction is that? That's towards the west. And kind of just fly towards the moon. So here we go. We're going to be launching. Valentina, Godspeed. I did not set these to have... Okay, screw it. I did not set these to have the proper thrust percentages, but we're gonna go with it. Speed is key. We just gotta go faster, I think. Oh boy, they sound a little bit mean engine-wise. We're getting some atmospheric effects already. All right, self-disposing boosters there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and tilt over, and now all we gotta do is burn towards that moon. That's it. I don't know what sort of altitude we ended up kind of getting to here, but we're gonna go and see. Looks like we're already at 80-some thousand apoaps, which is too high. That's too high. Let's go back to maneuver node. I'm surprised. How is this not locked from view if you haven't unlocked it? All right, so I'm gonna actually burn downwards here and try and fly towards the planet here as much as possible to bring this apoaps back down a little bit, and now fly towards the moon. Okay, we'll see if we get it. I'm gonna need to save, I don't know, 500 meters a second of fuel for emergency procedures. If we need to realize, hey, this isn't gonna make it. And honestly, it might not make it. I was kind of hoping about here is when our first set of boosters would fail. Not like our side boosters, but our main liquid fuel booster would fail. I mean, this thing is gonna grow and grow until kind of exponentially. So I'm gonna just throttle down. All we have to do is get an encounter. I'm past my 500. I didn't want to do this. We're risking it all for nothing. Okay, we're gonna go to there. See if I can skim a little bit and then return. Okay. Okay. I am a little nervous. So let's go ahead and speed up time. And we'll go about halfway out. I'm gonna turn off SAS. I don't need it to be draining power out here. I'm gonna go about halfway out. We'll take some science, because we're considered high space over Kerbin now, which is different. Awesome. Look at all that science. There's the moon right there. So what I would expect to see as we kind of make this turn, this line will update to kind of say, hey, you were captured by the moon. Hopefully not crashing into the moon. Hopefully not crashing into the moon. All right, there's the moon. Oh boy, we're getting real close to it. That means I wasted a little bit of fuel. But the goal was just to get to the moon. All right, well, we'll get as close as possible. Okay, to there. Look at that. Awesome. It's a little dark. All right, let's do a crew report. Okay, yeah, we're near the moon. So log pressure data, mystery goo. So we're getting all the near moon science. Great. And we got a crew report, right? Yep. Okay. And now we will leave the moon. And actually, we're getting a gravity cyst. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's not what I wanted. We're like halfway out to Minmus. Okay, so I'm gonna go out here to the very end, and we're gonna flip around. I don't know if I have the fuel. And burn this fuel up. If I come in too hot, we might burn up. But if I come in too gently, it's gonna take a couple orbits, which is honestly fine. We have the fuel for it. Is there a way to, yeah, change your focus? There we go. All right, I think that is fine. One more tap. One more tap. Okay. That's going to get us recaptured. Oh boy. I am way too far out. for my own good. I did not expect the gravity assist. I did not expect that. Gotta love those moments when you gotta answer the door in the middle of a recording. All right, where am I? Same spot, 212 meters a second, coming into Kerbin, and so all we gotta do is time warp over to the planet and oh no. Don't do it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. No, retrograde is not what we want. I don't remember exactly what each of these markers do. Is that one it? Or is the blue one better? I need to find the angle that's going to open this up, because right now we're gonna die. Oh, we're gonna die. Screw it. Dump on my fuel like this. Okay, that's getting weaker of an effect. Nope, that's worse. What am I gonna do? Is this better? This might be better. There we go. Open that up. Open that orbit up. Oh boy, we're dead. We're just simply dead. Okay, well, let's go. Let's go. I didn't. What are the chances of the moon going all the way around and coming back to intersect with us to then kill our maneuver? Oh no. We're just not gonna have time to slow down for like anything here. Like, this angle is too steep. I've never gone this steep back into the atmosphere before. It's going to kill. Okay, hitting the atmosphere at 3,000 meters a second. Still speeding up, now slowing down, 40,000 meters to go. So that's about 10 seconds. We have 10 seconds to impact. 10 seconds to impact. Less than 10 seconds to impact. So many G's. 15 plus G's. The heat is extreme. 10 seconds. 5. G-forces stabilizing. Oh my lord. Oh, that is the hottest entry I have ever done in this game. Okay. Okay. Wow. She should have died from the G-forces. I guess Kerbals are way more hardy than a lot of people give them credit to. So we're landing in the North Pole, I guess, in the middle of the water because the moon came by and tried to kill us. Wow. We used every ounce of fuel. We used everything we could do to get her home. And it was a pretty successful mission, surprisingly, today. So not only did we get into orbit, we made it all the way to the moon. We have done a flyby. Great. And we're going to return and make a fair amount of money so that this time we can upgrade the radar systems so that we can actually get these sort of things resolved before the moon comes around to swipe us out of the sky. Oh boy, if this was thin atmosphere, There you have it. She returns Valentina. 15 plus G's. The rating doesn't even tell you how many G's we just had. Okay, science. We gained 162 science on this mission. We're at 500,000 funds. She made it to level 1. Very successful. Good job. We can get pretty much all this column out of the way, and doesn't look like anything else. Everything here costs about 90. Let's upgrade the tracking station. That's good. And upgrade the astronaut complex. So that's good. That's a decent amount of stuff for one episode. I didn't think we were gonna make it. Yeah, so if you guys are enjoying Kerbal Space Program and you want to see more close calls or potential rocket explosions, feel free to subscribe for more creative goodness such as this. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below on who we're going to lose first, Jebediah or Valentina, or maybe one of the scientists, Bill and Bob. We'll find out. We'll find out soon on this channel, so stick around and we'll see you all in the next episode.